Hi guys. You all right, Carla? You all right, Megan? Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Dee. Hi, Joe. We'll give it a few more minutes, see who else comes on. Yeah, it could all go very, very wrong. I've got both kids up, this one as well. So it could be very interesting. Hi, CJ. Can you all hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, good. Cool. How's everybody been coping today in the heat? How have you been, Carla? Have you been struggling in it?
It's been horrendous. Horrible.
Yeah. It's been a hard work day today, hasn't it? I think all round.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, way too hot. It's nice to have a bit of heat and a bit of sun, but we're not used to 30 degrees, are we? What now? What do you want? No, not. Yeah, I figured we'd go in the garden this evening because the kids are still running around, and it actually feels quite cool out here now because we've got a nice breeze. So we've got al fresco Zoom training tonight. And why not? No, get off of, oh dear. Right, well, I'm going to apologise in advance for any disruptions with two children running around. It could all go very wrong, but that's how we roll, and that is just, get off of my water bottle, child. That is just the way it goes. So, thank you all for coming on tonight, especially in this heat. I know it's probably been a very long day for everybody. So the fact that you have taken some of your evening out to jump on training tonight is just amazing, because it wears you out, this heat, doesn't it? And I'm sure that you'd much rather just be flopped out in front of the telly and not have to think about anything or do anything. But you've made the move to come on training. Oh, for God's sake, child. Maybe just tip the bottle of water over. Another reason we're outside, doesn't matter. So, we're going to start off with recognition. I'm just going to go onto the Facebook page on my phone and give everybody a shout out who has done really well this week. If you haven't gone through on the Facebook post, but you have achieved something, then pop it in the comments and I will give you a shout out. I don't want to miss anybody out. And has everybody got a pen and paper with them ready? Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything too taxing for you, especially in this heat. So, recognition. I think I've added everybody who commented on the thread. Let me just double check that. So massive congratulations. We've got 2 people that have gone into district manager qualification this week. So Joanna O'Neill, massive well done to you, going into DM Qual, and also Susie Reddy. So fantastic, guys. Amazing stuff. Oh, we've got baby up here as well now. So yeah, amazing stuff. Well done going into DM Qual. And so Joanna and Susie, you've also hit your IC bonus part 1. New people into the 500 club, so that's 500 PQV, and we have got, where is it? I've lost it. So Susie Reddy, well done into the 500 PQV club. I've gone into that as well, and Megan Grubb, well done, Megan, into the 500 PQV club. And then into the 1000 PQV club, we've got Joanna O'Neill, Susie Reddy, and Caitlin Golder. So massive well done all you guys for doing that. So anybody who's done a launch party, an online party, or a stall or anything like that. So I did a 30 days presentation live on Facebook. After I did the one on the 30 days to healthy living, it gave me a bit of a boost, and I thought, well, if I can do it on there, I can do it on my own Facebook page. So I did it on my VIP client page. That's a good thing with the old feel the fear and do it anyway, because once you've done it, it's not as scary after that, and you can do it again. Joelle Woolley, well done, Joe. She did her first Facebook party online, which was last night and tonight. So fantastic, well done. How did it go, Joe? Did it go well? Was it as bad as you thought it was going to be? Feel free to unmute yourself or pop something in the comments if you want to. And then who else has done things? So Megan Grubb, you did an online party as well. So fantastic, well done. Challenges this week. So we had a few challenges from CJ, and then of course we've got the tracker as well. So I haven't got specifics, but if anybody wants to put oh, baby sleep is the won't unmute, party was okay. Yeah, you see, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Feel the fear and do it anyway, because it's never as bad as you think it's going to be. So we've got Caitlin Golder, Megan Grubb, myself, Carla Peters, Trish Cook, Joanna O'Neill, and Joelle Woolley, all competing their tracker and doing some of the challenges this week. So massive well done. If you've done your tracker, if you've done something and put yourself out of your comfort zone, and you've not come through on the recognition, please pop it in the chat, in the comments, and I can give you a shout out as well. So massive well done to all of you guys. Fantastic. Okay, so training tonight. My training is on this book here, which you probably can't read because it's back to front. Questions Are the Answers by Alan Pease. Now, has anybody read this book, heard of this book, know anything about this book? But new to everybody. I'd heard about it a long time ago. I kind of had bits on it, and then I borrowed it a couple of weeks ago from Danny, and I thought, you know what, that's perfect for my training tonight. So what I thought I would go through is, we had amazing training obviously last week from CJ about Facebook groups and how to run your Facebook groups. Training the week before from Stacey about Feel the Field, Do It Anyway, again, was amazing. So I thought with the help of my squealing assistant, I would go through and help you with sharing the business with other people, which is something that I know people can get a little bit scared of. So it fits in quite nicely with feeling the fear and doing it anyway. That's it, you play with my phone. And this is a really good way to share the business with people and to open up that conversation. And it's a great book. So, and it's a very easy read as well. It's only a thin book. and it's quite an easy read, so I would recommend that. It's a good one to get. So when we're sharing the business with people, you've probably heard this a lot of times before, and we go through this a lot. It's a numbers game. Yeah, it's all about the more people that you share the opportunity with, the more people are going to join you in the opportunity. An MVP is just somebody who has been told no more times than anybody else. So expect the no's, and as Fiona always says, a no is a K-N-O-W. They don't know what we know. They don't know that information yet. So it's our job to just share what we've got. We're messengers, that's all. We are just sharing information, and if it's right for somebody, great. If it's not, it's not. It's not personal. It's just sharing that information. We found something that's very unique and something that's very special, and it's our job as messengers to share what we've got. So just going through basic averages and basic numbers in network marketing. If you have got in front of 10 people, so if 10 people listen to your presentation, out of those 10,
I'm not asking you to do it. I'm showing you.
I can't see it right now because I'm doing this, aren't I? So out of 10 people that listen to your presentation, 6 of those will be interested, 3 will get started, and 1 will actually build business and make it work. So it is all a case of numbers. It's just talking to more and more people. Now in this book, it talks about a few different key things to do. Now I'm going to share my screen. I hope this is going to work, because I've not done it like this before, but we shall see. So, oh, no, get off my iPad, baby. So we've got here the 4 keys to making this work and talking to people. Baby. So the 4 keys we've got: melting the ice, finding the hot button, pressing the hot button, and then getting a commitment. So a lot of this we kind of have already been through with various other different bits of training. Melting the ice is quite an easy one. As you know, we're meeting new people. So if you know somebody and this is people in your warm market or your hot market, you don't really need to melt the ice. You've already kind of been there and done that, because you know these people. But if you're meeting somebody on something that you've met in a Facebook group, or you're getting to know somebody that way, then you're going to start off by melting the ice, and you're going to get to know them. You're going to build up a bit of rapport. And we had done that fantastic training with Fraser Brooks, didn't we, the other week? And he talked a lot about that, about opening up the conversation. So that bit's quite straightforward. And then we've got the next one, which is finding the hot button. Now, everybody has their own primary motivating factor of starting their own business. Now, there are lots of reasons that people start their own business, and that's why I wanted you guys to all have a pen and paper ready, and talking to people, trying to find out what their PMF or primary motivating factor is crucial in your approach and in making sure that you are giving them the right kind of information, because not everybody is going to start the business for the same reasons that you've started it. So this is so important to find out what it is that is driving them and motivating them, and that's going to help you to help motivate them in your team as well, so that you know exactly what it is that they are working towards. And there's a very clever term: to never assume, because if you break down the word assume, you make an arse out of you and an arse out of me. So never ever assume that somebody's got the same reasons as you, or what their reasons could be, because you have no idea. And that's where these kind of questions come into it. So why are people interested in starting a network marketing business? So I want you to have a look at these, and I want you to see what is your primary motivating factor. So we've got extra income, financial freedom, having your own business, having more spare time, personal development, helping others, meeting new people, retirement, and leaving a legacy.
Is there a K or C or both?
Just to see. Now, this for you might be different depending on how long you've had your business. It might be different now to what it was when you first started. So I want you to have a little look at that, and I want you to think about what your personal motivating factor is out of those. And I want you to write down what your number one out of those, what is your number one priority on that list? So when you've decided what your number one is on that list, just give me a nod, give me a yes, say yes in the chat. Yep. Okay. So once we've started and we've started talking to somebody about why they might be interested and asking them to have a little look at the list to find out what would be their number one priority, this is how you kind of wanting to lead with the conversation. So I'm literally going to go through it with you guys now. So what out of those things, what is your number one priority? So now question number 2, why did you pick that? So I want you to write down, why did you pick that particular thing as your number one priority? Okay, so have you, when you've done your why you've picked that, give me a thumbs up or give me a yes in the comments so that I know. Yeah. Okay. So question 3, why is that important to you? So I want you to write down why that is important to you. Okay, so everybody done that? So question 4, what is the consequence of not having the opportunity? So what's the consequence of it not happening? If you're not achieving that thing that you've put down as your priority? How are we getting on? Yeah. So then question 5 is, why would that worry you? So by asking these questions, we go back to the list. By asking somebody you're talking to these questions, finding out what it is that's motivating them, and then going through that list of the 5 solid goal questions, what we're doing is, instead of telling somebody why they need our opportunity, they are telling us. Yeah. Does anybody want to share what they've put? Anybody happy to share? No? Basically, it's your why, isn't it? If you look at what you've put for those answers, it's pretty much your why for starting your business, isn't it? Now, instead of when you're talking to somebody, telling them, going straight in with the presentation, and we can give you this and we can give you that and we can give you financial freedom and all the other things, instead of doing that, we are asking them and they are telling us, and we are then giving them the solution. So going back to the keys, so we've melted the ice, so we've built up that rapport, we found the hot button by asking the right questions. And then we're going to press that hot button, and that's basically just doing our discover our bond, is our right for you sheet, the presentation, however, which way you are comfortable doing it and whichever way works for you. And then you're going to finish off with the commitment. So that would be at the end of your presentation, you're going to be doing your close. Do you see how this business could give you the solution to those things that you were worrying about? So does that all make sense? Yeah? Has anybody got any questions about any of it? feels very strange doing this Zoom, which is just all one-sided. It feels very quiet. So how you would kind of introduce this to somebody that you were talking to is kind of asking them the question, why do you think people would start a business like this? Do you have any idea why somebody would want to start this kind of business? And if they say, well, no, I don't really know why somebody would want to do that, that's when you pull out this list. If they say, oh yes, they started so they can do this, so they can do that, and then you can say, yep, they're all good reasons. Anything else you can think of, anything else you can think of. And when they say no, I can't think of anything else, again, you bring the list. And then you go into, so if you were looking at that list, what would be your number one priority on it? For example, well, an extra income. Baby's eating stones. Kids. So it could be an extra income. Okay, so that's important to you. So why did you pick that? And then you're finding out more information. Oh well, I could do with an extra income because I'm not earning as much now, and prices are going up, and what with the kids, and I can't work as much because of childcare and that kind of thing. So okay. So next question. Yes, I can share this. I can share all these photos. So why would that be important to you? Well, if I've got an extra income, then I can do more stuff with the kids. I can take them on holiday. I can do this. I can do that. It gives me more choices. So then on to, well, what are the consequences of you not being able to do that? Well, I wouldn't be able to take them out as much. We'd be struggling a bit more. I wouldn't be able to do X, Y, and Z that I want to do. And then the final question, why would that worry you? Well, I want to be able to do everything I can for the kids and stop them squealing, etc., etc. Because so can you see how it kind of all comes into play? And then you can lead into, well, I don't know if this is right for you, but I've got this amazing business opportunity that could give you that extra income to enable you to do all of those things. Would you be interested in taking a look? And so the conversation leads on from there. So how does that sound? Does that help you? Do you find that that's an easier way of finding out kind of what people's motivating factors are? Because the other thing is, if you go in with if for you, your motivating factor is an extra income, and you're talking to somebody and you're saying all about the income opportunity and how they can do the X, Y, Z, and you've been able to do all these things because of this extra income, and you're talking to somebody who doesn't need an extra income, it's all going to be meaningless to them because it's not their hot button. Brilliant, Dee. Yeah, great way to start introducing into the business, and going through that, break the ice, and then go into finding out what their issues are and what it is that they want. And then you can, when you're doing your presentation, you can keep calling back on that, and you can keep coming back to, so you told me that having more spare time is something that's important to you. Well, this is going to create you time leverage, or personal development is important to you, that aspect of the business, and you can focus on that so that you're talking to them in a language to suit their needs and what they want. So it's all about finding that information. So I'll put these slides on the WhatsApp group, and I'll put it on the Facebook page as well, so you can save them. This is the book, Questions Are the Answers by Alan Peace, which I will write down as well. It's a great book. He talks a lot about body language as well and various other things, and it's just a really good way to be able to open up that conversation to sharing what it is we've got. So I've got a challenge for you, a homework challenge. Well, it's actually a two-part challenge. So what I am challenging you to do is to get in front of 10 people this week to share the business opportunity with them. 10 people. Well, two parts. First part is 5 people, get in front of 5, and then get in front of another 5. Okay, so 10 seems too scary, just start off with 5 and then go for another 5. And it doesn't have to be 10 individuals or 5. If you can get a few people together, you can do 2 at once, 3 at once. You can do it that way. It doesn't matter if it's in person, if it's over an internet call, however it is, just getting in front of 5 people and then get in front of another 5 people. And you can use the verbiage of, if you're new to the business, just using the verbiage, I've got a new business that I've recently launched. I need to practice my presentation. Would you be willing to lend me your ears for half an hour so I can practice the presentation? And people generally are going to say yes to that. And so then there's no pressure on them, there's no pressure on you. You sit down with them and you go straight into, so I've started a new business. Do you have any idea why people would want to start a business like this? Yes, no, right. Straight into this is the list of reasons that people are interested in starting their own business. If you look at that list and if you had to pick one of those things, what would you pick? Yeah. If you're not new, if you've been in the business for a while, you can go in with the verbiage that I've been set a challenge to share my business presentation in front of 10 people this week. Would you be willing just to meet me for a coffee? Da, 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 da. Okay, so again, no pressure, indirect, and do it that way. On the other way that you could do it is, if you've got a list of people that you would absolutely love to work with, you can go in with that approach. I've got a new business, or I've been in my business a while. I'd really love to work with you. I'd love to share with you what I've got. I don't know if it's going to be for you or not, but how do you fancy meeting me for a coffee? Why do you think people would go into this kind of business? No, you don't know? There's the list. What would you pick? So that's the first part of the challenge. The second part, which to be honest is probably the first part, to be fair, is how we're going to get in front of these 10 people, is we're going to have a booking blitz. So if anybody saw Stuart Armfield's training, the post that was put up the other night, he does booking blitzes online on a Zoom call, and he gets all of his team together on Zoom. So you can either do it on Zoom or you can do it on person. Speak to your district manager. The DMs are going to be organising this in the group, so whoever's your DM, speak to them to get all of this organised. If you are sponsored directly by Danny, then don't worry, just jump into one of ours. So what we'll do is we'll post on the page when we're doing our booking blitz, and you can come onto one of ours. So don't worry the fact that Danny's on holiday at the moment. You can come in with us. You won't be left out, I promise. So yeah, you can either do it in person or just over Zoom. You get some really good funky music going, get all the energy really high, and everybody messages out to 20 people in that booking blitz. And out of those 20 people, then you should get 10 people come back that you can talk to. Just stop it, please. So that is your challenge. So get involved in the booking blitz. And then get in front of 5 and then 10 people. Pick the baby up. Oh. So, anybody got any questions on any of that? If you want to unmute yourself or pop it in the chat. Any questions from anybody? Did it all make sense?
Hi, I've got a question.
Hello.
Well, it's not a question actually, but I just wanted to say that I know there's not many people here, but I haven't been on the trainings for a few weeks because the change of days really thrown me, and I keep forgetting it's on a Monday. But I just really wanted to say, like, I'm building my business. I haven't been because I put up a post there. I don't know how many people of you are on my Facebook, but the fear of what other people are saying and their opinions have really stopped me and really held me back.
Okay.
Which I'm really, really trying hard to change. So it's just really, to say that if anyone else is feeling like that, it's normal, and it is hard to like work through it. I found it really hard, but you just got to find your passion and not like, don't worry about if you're the approach you're doing isn't working for you. There are lots of different approaches, and you just need to find what works for you. If one approach doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean to say you're not going to succeed at the business. Like, that's something I've really had to work out, because like a lot of the visual stuff isn't going to work for me. So I've had to find ways around it, which I'm still working on. But it's just really say that keep going, because you will get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the beauty of this business, isn't it? There are so many ways that you can work it. There's so many reach out methods. There's so many ways you can do it, that you just have to find the way that works for you and the way that fits in for you. And
exactly. It's like I was watching something the other night, and I was like, people really need to know about my business. They need to know about Arbonne. I believe in it 100%, and I've been a little bit selfish by not sharing that, because I do genuinely think that everyone needs to know about our products. Like, I love them, they're amazing, but I'm very, very empathic, so if people are negative, that really affects me. And I've allowed that and the fear to stop me from progressing. But so I'm just really to say that if anyone else feels like that, I know how you feel, and let's go and let's get more people in front of our products.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're bang on that everybody goes through it, and it is totally normal. Everybody takes a hit with their confidence at some point or another, and and it'll happen more than once. And each time you just kind of you bounce back, and you bounce back stronger every single time, and you find a way, and you get through it. And it's a roller coaster ride. This business is ups and downs, and that's normal, and that's fine, and you just have to work through it. That's why Stacey's I can't speak now. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway training a couple of weeks ago was so good, and that book is absolutely amazing. So if you haven't got that book, get it and read it, because it will just really help you overcome any anxiety issues that you've got. And we are just messengers, and I think the biggest thing is that you have to detach yourself from the outcome. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about you're sharing something, and it's not going to be for everybody, and you're not going to be for everybody, and that's absolutely fine. We just share what we've got, pass that information on. What people choose to do with that information is entirely up to them and not up to you. You give it to them, and then you step away and let them do whatever they need to do with it. Any other questions before we sign off? Because we've got the 9 o'clock coming up very, very soon. Well, thank you all so much, guys, for logging on tonight. Like I say, it's a big deal, especially in this heat, because I'm sure everybody's had very long days today. But you are absolutely in the top 10% for logging on and doing the training. Thank you for listening. I hope it's helped some of you. I hope you're up for this challenge. Have you all seen the new nutrition buy one get one free offer that's been released? How amazing is that? We are going to have the most epic end of month with that nutrition buy one get one free. And remember, of course, we've still got a half price £30 sign up for any new consultants. So if we can all get in front of 10 people, that's what? That's 8. If all of us get in front of 10 people this week, that's 80 people we have shared this business with. Now, that's not to say that 80 people are going to do anything with it, but we might just change a few lives in there. And I think big picture. Yeah, because what we have got can change people's lives. So it's our job to share it with them. Thank you all so much for listening, guys. Exactly. It's planting a seed and it's nurturing that seed and it's drip feeding it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fab evening and I'll see you shortly on the 9 o'clock call. Thanks. Bye.